Hey guys, welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. This is Chandra, and tonight I have a very interesting reading tonight that you're not going to want to miss. So we had a reading last night, and it was for Aleida, and she's wanting to know about relationships and when she might get married and different things. So we went through and we did that card, and I did a tarot reading for her, did a prediction and everything like that, and it mentioned pregnancy. And it's hard for me to recall exactly what all was in the reading and stuff. I haven't gone back and actually watched the reading. But she did get back with me, and then she informed me, she says, I'm a 65-year-old mature woman. I've never been married. I have no children or grandchildren even. She wants to know what's going on because this is not the first time in a reading that she's actually been predicted of a future pregnancy. So does it really make a lot of sense? I mean, 65 years old, getting pregnant, this kind of thing. Stranger things have happened, but I've been taking the day basically. I got this message earlier this morning, and I felt really bad because it's like, I almost felt a sense of disappointment, like maybe I had, done her like a disservice or an injustice or something like that, even though my heart is in the right place when I do these readings for people. So it's, I don't always get things correct 100% of the time, and of course the future is subject to once a person understands what's going on, they can make some changes or they can move their life in a certain direction and so on and so forth. So I just want to always put that out there, and that's one of the reasons I put this disclaimer out there is because, we're all not infallible. So, I mean, we're human, right? And so there's that aspect of it. But as a psychic, someone that gets things intuitively, sometimes I get this gut instinct and it just tells me, you need to tell this person this. And I do. I would rather do that than not do it and save face, if that makes sense. So this isn't about my reputation or, how I'm perceived out here as a tarot reader, as a psychic, and that kind of thing. That's not the reason I even do this. I do this to serve humanity by, putting my gift out there for people. Have I always been right when it comes to the tarot, when it comes to doing readings and that? Not always. No, I'd be telling you a lie if I told you that. And I won't do that to you guys. But if I had to tell you like a percentage of times, and I never know 100% what that percentage would be because oftentimes I do a reading for someone and maybe that's the last time I ever see them or that's the last time I hear from them. Maybe they've gotten what they needed and they were able to move on and so forth. But I will say this, the vast majority of the times when I do tarot readings for people, like, I don't know, it's like I always get like positive responses back from people telling me, hey, you were spot on with this, and and I'll be perfectly honest, a lot of times I'm in the zone. And when I'm in the zone, it's sort of like I'm hypnotized or I'm just kind of in a different, subconscious state. So I'm not really like this conscious cognitive person just telling you this stuff. Where it comes from, I have no idea. I mean, it's not me just playing make believe and pretend in that, it's just this is the information that's coming to me and stuff. And I've tried explaining this a little bit before in some other readings. Like people have often asked me, they say, well, how do you know like time, or how do you know, how does something just like a picture come into your mind? Well, it just does. Like, I mean, with Aleida's reading and that, I get a sense of like, it's a brown kind of, it's a tan and brown image that I get in my mind. That doesn't happen in a lot of my readings. In fact, not a whole bunch of them. But that's an indicator to me that it's sort of like an aged kind of situation or something like that. It's sort of more like there's an antiqueness to it or an antiquatedness to it, or there's that feeling of, it's just something like something that's more older or something a little bit more like set in the past, something along those lines. But I also get this picture of a child, a young girl I see in her life, and I do see her getting married. And I see kind of where that relationship is. But the marriage is sort of, like I get it. I'm picking up sort of this sensation of, you know, like a debonair type character. He's very, he's got a sense of humor, a little bit of a sense of humor, but it's, he's kind of a serious natured person. And that's really what I'm picking up. Now, I've decided tonight, just because of, getting the feedback from her and everything like that, I've decided on my own accord that I just want to move forward with this, just out of sheer curiosity, and to see what else I can get, and to see if I can get a little bit deeper into this particular reading, to see if maybe I can help Aleida and get her the answers to these questions that she's really wanting to know about. I mean, when someone says something like, pregnancy or, children in your life, that kind of thing, and, you are mature, you're up in age a little bit, it is kind of a, it's sort of like, whoa, what's going on here? Like I was thinking that I was kind of on a certain trajectory, a certain path, and now I'm getting this, whoa, out of the blue kind of thing going on. So I want to see if maybe we can do some real help. So I'm going to do a 7 card here. And I'm going to try to get some really good information for Aleida here and see what we can do. Sometimes also, when you do readings and you're tapping into energies, there are some times where, if I'm not quite in the zone or something like that, or if I've got too much other things going on, I've noticed that it's not always as easy to do a reading. And sometimes things, well, we got a card that just came through. This was the jump card. We'll talk about it in a minute. We get sometimes things that just come in and that, just like in the passing of like not being very conscious at all. And then other times, we get information that it's just like it's plain as day, you just get it. Let's go ahead and cut the cards. Okay, before we move on, let's go ahead and talk about this jump card for just a minute. This jump card here is the 5 of Cups. Now, cups are about relationships. And the 5 of Cups here, it's sort of like there's a little bit of, you've lost some relationships in your life, and you're looking back, and there are some things that are still there that you're just not really paying attention to. And it's kind of like you've almost turned your back on some of these things. And those are the things that are going to be awakening this situation. Those are the things that you're not expecting. You can look at, the past. You can look at things. But here's the thing: you've got things in your life that you're not aware of. It's like you're aware of everything, and yet you're not aware of these things. And as you go on through this period that we're talking about here, this 7 months or so, 7 to 9 months out, some things will go by the wayside. But when they do, mark my words on this, other things are going to be coming into your life. 5 is all about change. So I want you to understand this right now. Change is coming. And there's 2 relationships behind you. And that tells me maybe a husband and maybe a child. Let's get some more information though. So our 7 card reading begins with the past. And we're going to look a little bit deeper at the past than what we have before. Again, we're talking about relationships. And in this card, we have the 4 of Cups. Take a look at that card for just a moment. There are relationships before us and new ones coming about, and we're just sitting there bored. We're just kind of watching everything happen without, much regard. But new things are coming and stuff, and even though we've got these relationships here, 4 is about stability in relationships actually. So you're going to be seeing more of that stability, like in relationships that you have. Some things will go by the wayside, but you will start to notice that just being a passerby is not going to work for you anymore, because new things are going to continue to present themselves for you. The question is are you going to reach out and accept them? And that's really where you're at right now. That's where the past has been. Let's find out the future, though, or the present moment. So in the present moment, you are the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a very decisive queen. You can cut things out of your life just like that. It's a lot about mental. You're wondering things, In your mind, you're wondering things. You're trying to get a handle on things. The things that you think, or the things that you assumed, are the things that are not. And that can be a little disheartening at times. And we can put up defenses or walls or barriers. And this is where you're at right now. Let's continue to the future. Wow. The future is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is, we think that we're trapped, and the truth is we're never really trapped, but we think we're trapped. We think that we're stuck in a particular situation or a certain occupation or a certain relationship type or a certain non-relationship or a certain place in life. But the reality is we're not. We're blindfolded and we're blind to the truth of what really is. And you see, that's where you're at right now. You just need to sometimes cut off those bandages. You have swords right by you, but you're not even aware of it. You're too much in the head is what this is telling you. Swords are all about the mental. You got to let go of some of these thoughts, some of these ideas, some of these things that are just blinding you from seeing other things that are going on right around you. You're standing on consciousness. You're standing on the subconscious waters, and you're able to just get so much insight and intuitiveness. But don't let that be mental conflict that you store up inside your mind. Instead, let the mental conflicts release and allow that subconscious to just do its thing. Allow yourself to kind of move with the flow, go with the flow, and you'll start to see things really unfold for you. Now, let's look at what our answer card is. So the answer card is death here. Now, death means transformation. It can also mean a literal death. We'll find out more about this in a moment. Now the energy around this Queen of Swords, this position where you find yourself at, this holding up the walls, not letting things in, withdrawing, cutting things out of your life without giving them a chance to mature and to do their thing. Let's find out where you're at with that. The Knight of Pentacles. The soul groundedness of a person. This is where we're kind of comfortable with where we're at. Take change or not, but we're fairly grounded in this particular moment of our life. And when we're grounded, it's hard sometimes to move forward or to take a chance or to take action. You notice in this spread here, we don't really have any wands. Wands would be a sense of taking action or moving forward or creating something with some kind of a creative spark attached to it or something. We don't really have that so much in this. And a lot of it is because of our resistance or that hesitation, the disbelief or the doubt, those things that are mentally holding us back. Sometimes it's our own critical thinking. It's that own monkey brain inside of us telling us, holding us back or keeping us safe and that kind of thing. Sometimes it's okay to just let go. And that can turn into a lot of amazing experiences and things that you would otherwise not have any understanding or idea about. Let's continue moving forward. So this knight is where your mind is here. Let's go to the outcome card now. So the Knight of Cups, the one in control of the relationships. The Knight of Cups is one of the slower knights when it comes to taking action and doing things, but this Knight of Cups is over our emotions. This is moving forward, so this is good. This is a lot different than I had anticipated. I didn't know exactly where we were going with this particular spread, but I can say this much, that with the Knight of Cups being present here, you are protected. You're going to continue to be protected in your relationships with other people and stuff like that. And I don't get any bad sensation at all out of anything. The Death card here is just meaning about transformation. So things are going to be happening that you're just not, they will happen naturally. You won't have to really worry so much about them. That daughter that comes about, I'm still trying to figure that in. It may not be a literal birth, but something is bound to happen. It could be that the man that you marry has a daughter or something. And it could be a possibility that maybe she passes away or something like that. Maybe that's what this Death card is about. It's not you, 8Aleida. It's not has anything to do with you at all. The answer is in death. So the answer to where this child is coming from, this is what your ultimate question was about, has to do with the death. I just got chill bumps when I said that. But I'm very, very much picking that up. When that happens, it will be like, it will be the right thing to do is to take care of the child. And you'll mother that child and you'll be a good mother. You're going to live a long life, it seems. I'm picking that up. And I'm picking up a 2-year-old for some reason. So maybe this girl, maybe this daughter of yours will be 2 years old when the mother passes or something will come about, unfortunately. But I'm picking up that she'll be in your life around the age of 2 years old, perhaps. It may even be 2 years old 2 years from now. It may not be immediately that the girl is in your life. Time will see on that. But I am picking up 2 years and 2-year-old. I'm picking up a girl. I'm picking up a death surrounding the circumstances into how she ends up in your life, this young girl. Yeah, you'll be in that relationship. That's the outcome. But fear not, you will be protected, everything will be fine, and in the natural course of things, everything will be fine for you. I'm picking that up loud and clear. And I mean, as of right now, the way things stand is the things going on in your life right now, the people in your life, those type of things, new things are coming. New things are definitely coming. And blind or not, refusing to see them or not, or just, being confused about the situation is not going to change that. So my advice would be is, keep an open mind. Don't keep yourself closed off from possibilities, because there's a lot of opportunity and possibility here for you. And things will be very good. And just because you enter a new phase of your life and a new relationship and possibly, you know, having a child in your life, it's not something to be afraid of, even at your age. Um, I know you have this sense of groundedness now, but just because the earth comes up from underneath us every now and again, that's a part of life. And so, what I would tell you with this is, yeah, just really keep an open mind and, let things just kind of naturally flow. I mean, no matter how perfect we've aligned ourselves with our life or our circumstances or how grounded we make our situation or how careful we are, I've learned one thing, and one thing very strongly is like the best laid plans can go awry. We can have the perfect plan and the perfect intention and do everything exactly right, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee that the way that we envision things will be the way that they turn out. And in your case, it's not going to be the case. Um, but to give you some words of encouragement on this, it's like, I see you very happy. I mean, I see you very, very happy, like in a way that you haven't been happy in your life. Like, I see you very, very happy. I mean, I see you like in a whole different, just a glow around you. And it's an exciting glow. And you're a very wise person. You have some wisdom and whatnot to impart and some gifts to give. And that will be very purposeful for you in your life. And it will be very helpful in the lives of others. So even though things will be sad to some degree, and we do have some things in front of us, you have some things in front of you to watch out for, to see, even though those things you have to watch out for, it's okay. Like, just sometimes you have to go with the flow. And that's what the cards are really telling me to tell you tonight. So you just have to kind of go with the flow. I mean, try not to overthink things. I mean, you have a general idea of the way things will go. And if you keep yourself open-minded and all, I'm telling you that you're going to have some very nice, very good experiences. And that's pretty much it. So I hope that this has helped you. I hope that this has clarified some things for you. It has for me. And like I said before, we don't always get it right, but that's because life is about choices, and when you learn new information, you're free to make choices. At the same time, I don't want to be an interference in the choice making that you make. I want to give you the best advice that I possibly can from what I'm picking up and what I'm getting. If you decide to go against the flow here in this particular situation, and I rarely ever say this to anyone. If you decide to go against the flow here, I don't see your life being as fulfilled as it will be if you just go with the flow and trust that everything is going to work out and that things are going to be good. For so many people, that's quite always the opposite. But in your particular case and all, you're in a good situation if you will just allow yourself to be open-minded, open up, to be accepting of situations and things as they come in. Things are going to turn out really, really well for you. And you are going to be a godsend to this little girl and to your new husband. And that's all I have for you. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Please, if you guys are picking up anything for 8Aleida concerning this situation, please put it in the comments below. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Hit the bell icon and you'll get notifications when we do more videos. And also, be sure and like the video if you like the video. And anybody that has any psychic gifts or anything that they would like to impart or share with 8Aleida, please do that. And 8Aleida, please keep us all informed on what's going on and whatnot. We'd like to hear some updates in the future. about this situation and all, because it is a very noteworthy reading that we did here for you. So everyone have a great night, and thank you.